Hello.
What's up, champ?
What's up, guys?
So, Chris, give us your thoughts. This is the biggest rematch possibly in UFC history. You know, what are your thoughts? 3 months out.
It's crazy that I basically I was like basically a no name before this last fight. I took a lot of short notice fights, not a lot of promoting behind me, and now after this last fight, I have the opportunity to be part of the biggest fight in UFC history. It's a surreal situation. I'm excited to do it, but obviously the main focus for me is I got to go out there and do my job and win this fight. You know, there's a lot of doubters out there, and I'm excited to prove them wrong.
Do you think, I mean, at this point, do you think he took you lightly the first time?
No, I don't think he took me lightly. You know, I think he did his usual fight. He tries to make you feel like you don't belong in the cage with him. He was doing that to me. It just didn't work out for him.
He seemed to have a confidence going into that fight that few of his opponents have had. Where did that come from?
Hard work. You know, I work hard every single day, and I'm not going to beat myself. You know, mentally, I'm going to go out there and control my mindset, which is to be confident, and that just stems from hard work. You can't fool yourself into being confident if you're not the guy who's working harder than anybody else in the gym. So that's where it stems from.
Chris, do you think leading up to the first fight and during the fight, do you think Anderson Silva gave you the proper respect you should get?
I mean, I don't know what type of respect, as far as like interviews and stuff, or in the cage.
Beforehand, he called you a kid, and he said, this fight, it's a good fight for you, but not for him. Do you think that was disrespectful?
No, whatever. He can say whatever he wants. I'm sure there's also language barrier and stuff like that. Who knows what he really means to say? But anything he says, I'm not taking to heart. I just know we're gonna get in the cage with each other, and that's it.
Hey, Chris, Wolfman here. I want to ask you about the sequence that ended the fight. You did a right front kick, a left inside kick, and then you came in with a combination, like a jab, a right long hook, and then you did that back hammer fist, and then the left hand that got him. Was that just in the moment, or was that back hammer fist is really weird to like break the rhythm? Was that just you feeling it, or is that something you guys actually worked on to get him when he's leaning back and doing his thing?
I mean, we work on that type of stuff, but it becomes, you do it in sparring a couple times, it just becomes instinct, and I wanted to hit him, and just put something together that was going to hit him. Well,
you were told to blast a fucking hole through his chest. I guess you went
Hey, watch your mouth. Bleep that out.
I guess it was hard.
Oh yeah, no, I mean that's actually technical advice that Longo gave me, and we went over that a lot in camp. We knew he was going to be standing there with his hands down and using his head movement. So it's going to be hard to put a target on his head when he's moving his head. So just go right to the body. He's not going to be able to move that, when he's moving his upper body.
All right, thank you.
And that sets up the head.
You expect him to do that again this time around?
Sure. I think that's the way he fights. If he doesn't, he doesn't. But either way, it doesn't really matter. I feel like the only reason he wouldn't do that is because if he was doing it and he gets knocked out again, he would probably have to deal with the backlash all over again from all the fans and stuff like that. But I just think that's part of the fight game. I think it's part of what he does and what makes him great. So I'm not sure if he's going to go away from it. But either way, it's it is what it is.
How much has life changed for you since you won the title? I'm sure you get recognized a lot more. What's it like?
Yeah, definitely recognized more. More support, more doubters, more money. I'm able to get out of the situation I was in with Hurricane Sandy house. I'm going to be buying a new house soon, hopefully getting a closing date coming up, and then get in there for the camp. Just busy, a lot busier. You have to really make it your priority to keep your focus on. You got to win this fight. This all goes away. All the good things if you're not a winner. Everybody's talking to me here because I'm a winner. That's the reason, so I got to just keep winning.
Chris, do you expect Anderson to act a similar way in your rematch? Like, when he was, egging you on and like putting his hands down and showboating, do you think he's going to do that again in this fight?
I don't know. I just kind of answered that.
Can I ask how big you're walking around at now?
I'm like 212, something like that.
Okay, and obviously saw the great John Jones fight the other night. If you manage to beat Anderson and remain champion, what about super fights for you fighting for Jones? I mean, you're a pretty big guy. Would you be willing to
I just want
that happen someday?
Yeah, I want the biggest challenges possible. Right now, Anderson Silva is my focus. If that's what the UFC wants and that's what the fans want to see, I love the biggest challenges. I want to fight guys that people think I can't beat. I just want the toughest challenges. So if that's a fight that is possible, sure.
And if it happens, this fight, you don't care if it's a knockout punch or if it was like a Darce choke, something else you're good at, on the ground as well, right?
Nope. Whatever. I just want to go out there and leave everything in the cage. I feel something. I'm going for it. The first fight, I went for a knee bar heel hook. Don't regret it at all. He got back to his feet, whatever. It's high risk, but that's what I felt to go for at the time. If I don't go for that and I walk out the cage, I'm gonna have regrets. So no regrets.
Well, speaking of high risk, high reward, is that true? You didn't sign the new contract until after the fight, and that gives you a whole lot of negotiating power, I'm sure.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not playing strong arm. I'm not strong arm in the UFC, but no, everything's good. I'm very happy where I'm at with my new contract, and I'm excited just to win this next fight.
I'm curious what your mindset was after Hurricane Sandy. Did you feel like I just lost my house, just go for broke, or did you feel like I really need to win this because I need the money?
There was just so much motivation behind this fight that I can't even put it on one thing. I know my wife; she was looking at new houses before the fight, and I knew I needed to win this fight. She was like showing me pictures of these new houses, and I'm like, oh, that's nice, that's nice. So I was like, I gotta win this fight, and good things will happen. So,
not too much pressure having to take care of your wife and all that stuff, right?
Yeah, you gotta. They sacrificed a lot for me to do this. Like right now I'm traveling, I'm in LA, I'm going to different cities and stuff like that. So all I have the power to do is work as hard as I can in the gym every day, and then go in the cage and have no regrets and work as hard as I can.
How do you like seeing that, you are like a role model to kids now? You had Avery coming up there and playing with you on Saturday. That was really funny.
Yeah, no, it's awesome. I mean, I think that's what this is all about. You get to the top of something. It's your opportunity and my job now to be a good role model. So this is where I wanted to be, and now you have the respect from little kids, and you're able to inspire them in certain ways. So you got to just try to be a good role model and be the best person you could be. So help you.
You also talked about how you shouldn't push your kids into athletics. How was it like that with your parents? Did they push you into wrestling, or how did you get into it?
No, my parents were they were good. They were willing to support me with everything I wanted to do. At an early age, they kind of put me in every type of sport I wanted to be. I was active. I wanted to do sports. So they just kind of let me do. I did every type of sport you could want to do, and then I just kind of grew a liking to a couple of them, and then eventually fell in love with wrestling. But coaching wrestling and coaching other sports, especially at the kid level, especially in wrestling, there's just too many parents that kind of push their kids into it for the wrong reasons. They wrestled when they were in high school, and maybe they didn't accomplish their goal. Now it's their turn to almost live through their kids, and they're pushing these kids way too hard at a young age. And I've seen so many times where it just ends up being the kid ends up hating the sport and hating the father, and just doesn't work out well. People, another thing people have to realize is that you push your kid at a young age and they're doing really good at a young age, it doesn't always translate to when they're older. So it's just the pressure they put on the kids is I don't like to see it.
Do you have brothers and sisters?
Yep, my brother and sister.
What did they get in? Any sports, athletically, anything like that?
Yeah, my sister played college volleyball, and my brother played college football. And both of them were well-rounded athletes, good athletes. I was probably the worst athlete in my family. Both my brother and sister are better athletes.
I don't think you could say that now.
Well, I accomplished more in my sport, but they, everybody has different setbacks. There's a lot of people who are blessed with talents, and just things didn't work out for them. That's fact. I've had great opportunities, and I made the most of them. And there's a lot of people that could have done maybe what I've done, and I just weren't given the opportunities.
Are you the youngest of your brothers and sisters?
No, I'm middle child. Got middle child syndrome. I got no love growing up. I'm just kidding. Don't make a title of that. I'm kidding.
Poor mom's gonna read that.
Yeah, I'm just kidding. Lots of love.
You seem real comfortable, with all the cameras. This is a lot of attention you're going to be getting as champ, but how do you approach that kind of stuff?
Just being myself, when I first got into the sport and I was doing interviews for the first time, I used to be, so nervous because you want to try to impress everybody and you want to maybe sound smarter or dumber, whatever you want to do, whatever type of expectation you have that you want to, have people see for yourself. But it just comes down to there's going to be people who don't like you, and there's going to be people who like you, and to be able to sleep at night, just be yourself. And if you don't like something I said, I'm not going to go out there and cry. I can't cry about it. I can't worry about it.
The amount of attention you're getting now is obviously a lot more. Any new sponsors that have come on board for you?
We're working on a few, but I have a great sponsor list already where I'm happy with, but there's some things that my management is working on now.
What's been a negative aspect? Is there anything negative about being champ?
Probably, I just got a lot of people who want to be my friend that maybe have wrong intentions. I actually there's some funny stuff. A lot of business ideas thrown at me. Some of them sound really good. And I'm like, oh, that's good, but I'm actually starting a landscaping company, and a snow removal company, and a extermination business. as well.
Wow.
Is there any way?
Maybe.
Is there any way you can describe the high you were on the night you won the title, and are you still on that high right now?
No, I'm not on the high anymore. I don't think. I'm just focused on this next fight. But it was awesome. You know, it's a surreal thing. You just imagine the fight over and over and over again, and to go out there and finish it is amazing. Especially the last fight. You know, I've been thinking about that fight since day one. Since day one, I got into MMA. And Silva's, greatest of all time.
And you did exactly what you said you were going to do.
Yeah, so it's a weird feeling. You know, it's sometimes you go out there and you say certain things and it doesn't work out, and then you look like an idiot. And there's other times when you say what you feel would happen, and it works out, and it's a lot better this way.
Do you think your belief in yourself that really carried you, like self-fulfilling prophecy, laws of attraction type thing? Do you get into that?
I don't know about all that, but I'll just say, yeah, I think believing in yourself at this stage of the game is 99% of everything. You know, everybody at the height of any athletic competition at the professional level, everyone's athletic, everybody's strong, everyone's fast, everybody was talented. They probably all have coaches that believe in them, people who know all over them and just think they're awesome. But it's about really truly believing in yourself. And I think what separates the champs, and I'm not just talking about me, but just again, at the top of any sport is the person who's really working the hardest, because you're gonna distract yourself and not truly believe in yourself if you're not working as hard as you can every day.
What are your long-term goals, career-wise?
Win every fight. I'm trying to keep going. I do want to eventually be known as one of the greatest of all time, but that's not the goal I'm thinking about, every day. The goal I'm thinking about, before I go to bed at night is winning this next fight, in a spectacular fashion, just going out there and shining. I have a lot of doubters that motivates me. People think this fight was a fluke. So it excites me, and it's fine. Anderson Silva deserves to have that type of respect. He's accomplished a lot. He's done so much for the sport. He's done so much for UFC. So I totally understand it, but it just motivates me.
You mentioned the fluke thing, and I know that's been a theme with a lot of people. In a way, did that, in your eyes, you feel because people were saying that it cheated you out of a win, and really relish that moment when you did win the title? No, I relished it. I felt great about it. Nothing's going to take that away from me, but I feel like I do need to win this next fight to prove everybody wrong if there's any doubters out there. And I expected that going into this fight. I knew that we were going to have an immediate rematch. The first thing I said after I knocked him out, after a couple other things, I spoke was, we got to do a rematch. We need a rematch. And because I knew this was going to be a huge fight. I knew a lot of people wanted to see it again. So it's an opportunity. If there wasn't doubters out there, if I just beat him and everybody thought I deserved to win, you guys wouldn't be here and this fight probably wouldn't be set up. So I'm excited to do it.
Have you brought anyone new into the training camp?
No. No one new. Everything's same old.
What were you doing this morning for the video game? Did you do your 3D scan and all that of your face?
Yeah, they did my face and my body. It was pretty cool, man. I can't wait to be in a video game.
You didn't do any motion capture your moves or anything yet?
No, I just flexed my tattoo a couple times. So you got different angles.
So you're going to get the look, right? You're excited about that?
Yeah, I'm really excited. I'm tired of creating myself, so.
No creative fighter for you anymore?
As long as I have good stats, they better not mess me up. Better be winner on that.
And you're going to be taking on serious Silva this time. That's pretty funny. Does that mean you lurk the underground and stuff like that?
I do a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because that seems like a very underground thing to say.
Serious Silva.
Versus motivated BJ.
That's what that is.
Chris, speaking of the video game and being close to Hollywood, have they talked about translating your story into the EA UFC video game, or has someone from Hollywood tapped you on the shoulder to put your story on the silver screen?
And wait, into the game, you're saying?
Like as far as a storyline where it has some producers from Hollywood, have they contacted you yet to turn?
Nothing to do with the video game. You're just saying a movie on me?
Movie on you and video game. Two in one question.
The video game thing, I don't know about me being like being in the video game for one player mode story, but that'd be cool. Just hang out at my house and get dressed, do laundry. But no, I don't think that's gonna happen. That'd be cool. Maybe the next one. That's a good idea for EA Sports. And then
doing laundry.
What's the second one? The movie on me. I know UFC. I think there's gonna be a couple documentaries coming soon.
Was there an actual rematch clause in your contract?
No, no rematch clause. I just knew. I just knew it's the fight I wanted. There was not other one person I want to fight in the 85 division than Anderson Silva. I think he's the best challenge. and that's the guy I want to fight.
I mean, I don't know if pound for pound rankings matter to you, but you know, Dana said that Anderson's still above you, pound for pound. If you beat him again, do you expect you should be above
I'm
him?
sure. I'm guessing probably up to this one, it'll be. You know, like I said, he deserves a lot of respect. If I was him, I would want to be still up there because I think he deserves to be up there. So I'm not pissed off about that at all. I honestly don't care about rankings. So even when I was ranked in UFC, I mean the middleweight, I didn't really ever care about that either.
Obviously, you got to focus on this fight, but who are you paying attention to that you think you might be, like Vitor, Jacare?
I think they're all good. I think
fight?
85 division is an exciting weight class with a lot of good guys, a lot of good challenges out there. But like you said, this is the only fight I'm even worried about at all.
John Jones said that he needed that dog fight on Saturday. Do you want an easy win, or do you need a dog fight too? Because you haven't had one of those yet in the UFC.
My Damian Maia fight was a dog fight against myself, just trying not to die. But yeah, no, I'm always preparing for that. You know, that's what I'm excited to show how tough I am, and if there's any doubters out there. But I'm excited for that. But I train for that, and I hope for a finish.
What did you think of that dog fight Saturday night?
It was great, man. I had 6 seats right up there. Awesome fight. I thought at the time I thought Gustafasson won, but I was kind of just enjoying the fight more than like kind of sitting there scoring it. So I got to go back and rewatch it to really make a judgment on who I really think won that fight. But exciting as anything.
Which rounds did you give him?
Well, I think first and second, right, Gustafasson, and then
right.
What was the round? I know the fourth was a spinning elbow to John Jones, and then what happened the third? I forget.
I had the first three for Gustafasson.
The first three for Gustafasson.
The first three are the close ones, 4 and 5.
Oh, okay, yeah, we're Jones. Yeah, okay. Like I said, I gotta go back and rewatch that fight.
Where's the scorecard? Come on.
Yeah, I know. I need a replay right now. I don't have the best memory anyway, so.
Chris, you're, a New Yorker. What is it like now to see that, MMA is regulated in 49 states except New York now? What does that make you feel to see that? And we see all these politics. It's really frustrating as a fan. How does that make you feel?
Yeah, it doesn't make me feel good. The one state I'm from, John Jones is from New York too. You got 2 champions from there. You had Matt Serra as a champion. Any other New York champions in the past? I don't know, maybe. But it's just terrible. It comes down to dirty politics. One guy holding it back. I went lobbying for it in Albany, and overwhelming amount of support from politicians. All the assemblymen, the Senate obviously has passed a bunch of times, and it just comes down to dirty politics. And I think just pressure's building. It's going to come through, but just in the time being, it's terrible.
I think it's just a matter of time before you're defending your title in Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope I'm not retired by that time. So I just get this thing going, and I would love to have it out there. I wanted the rematch to be there. Obviously, that's the way I thought it was going to end up happening, because I know Dana was saying it was possible of getting it legalized for like November or February or something like that, like before my last fight, and then it didn't go through. But
as they say, when you become a champion, a world champion, that your game is elevated, that your drive is elevated, that everything really is elevated, and you see that in performances of these champions in combat sports. You winning this title, how has your mentality changed? How have you improved? And how are you pushing yourself more now?
I feel like I gotta win this next fight. I feel like you, as the champ, you have to defend your belt, and I'm excited to do that. There's a lot of doubters out there. I feel like it was a fluke, like you said, and I'm excited. Like I'm not just sitting back and happy to be a champ. I'm very motivated to go out there and hold this for a long time. And the difference with this, obviously this camp, last time I had a year layoff, I had 2 surgeries in a row, and I was at this time before going into this last fight, I was still doing rehab, and now I'm able to actually train and get better and stay in shape. So just totally different.
So was that camp more getting back in shape? The last camp to this camp?
It ended up being because 8 weeks out is when I finally could start doing. Actually, the 8th week I was still holding back with like jiu-jitsu. I wasn't doing wrestling yet. I was supposed to be, but I wasn't yet. I was still playing it a little safe. No, I'm not saying I wasn't getting everything I needed in. I was good, but a lot of the camp was, get in shape because I had a year layoff and get as much sparring as possible to get some of the rust off. But I still felt a little sluggish and a little rusty. so I'm excited. I've been sparring already. You know, I've been working hard. So
was it getting ready for? Was it getting ready for that fight when you sparred Roy McDonald? The video that came out.
Yeah, that was in the beginning. I think that was in the beginning of my camp. We sparred. Yeah.
What was that experience like?
It was good, man. I think he's a tough kid. He was good. We pushed each other. It was good work.
What do you think about sharing the bill with the ladies here, Rhonda and H.E.A.T?
Oh yeah, we do that.
They're a lot cuter than you guys.
Easy. I don't know. There's old guys in here. Where's the girl? No, but yeah, no, it's awesome. You know, it's the sport's evolving. You got women's mixed martial arts killing it, and obviously they're a huge draw. It's going to just build this card to be more exciting. So it's awesome that they're part of it.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Chris.
All right, guys. Thank you.
Chris.